Okay.
All right, I'm very excited to talk to you. Obviously, you have been a big fan of yours for a long time. Now, yeah, now you've been, in metal doing this for like 30 years, and you've earned the title of Metal God and Living Legend. How do you, enjoy that place you've created for yourself in the metal industry?
Well, it's just a fantastic thing to be called. I mean, there's only one metal god, and that's me, and it's just a wonderful accolade that's been bestowed upon me by the fans that have supported me for all of my great years as a metal singer, and so where that leaves me with is just obviously feeling great about it, but it also brings a sense of responsibility. It makes me work harder, and it makes me um, think about, representing metal and essentially just going ahead and do the best possible things that I can do as a singer and as a writer, as a performer, all these years later. So
Yeah, right.
it's kind of a mixed blessing, really. But I do really respect it, and it makes me feel good and have a great time with it.
Cool. That's excellent. And also, as the god of metal, are you happy with the direction that metal has gone in the last few years with this new metal?
Yeah, I think it's, it needs, and it's not only needs to kind of mutate and transform and stretch and flex, but it's just important, from every generation that comes along.
Right.
It has to kind of grow and develop, and so I think that the metal scene today is in great shape just simply because of its incredible diversity.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing about it, of course, is that the traditional elements and the roots of metal, whether it's coming from, you know, these great moments where Black Sabbath reform or the continuation of bands like Priest and Maiden,
Right.
right up to the current scene, be it Slipknot or System of a Down or
Right. Yeah.
or whatever Tool's doing, or Rage Against the Machine as was, Godsmack, POD, Stained,
Right.
Not. I mean, it all has its roots in the great beginnings and the traditions of metal. So, then you got Death, Speed, Black, atmospheric, goth. I mean, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
amazing.
It branched
So
off.
I welcome it. I think it's in wonderful, wonderful state right now.
Cool. Now, will you ever plan to put a rap into any of your future stuff, or you're never gonna go there?
No, I mean, I think you just find the place where you do the best possible work.
Right.
I'm a metal singer.
You're awesome
You know,
singer.
I can appreciate some of the rapping styles that are out there, but I just leave that obviously to the experts in their own right. I'm just happy to be a singer that can hold a note and that has this amazing gift that I use with the voice.
Right. Yeah.
I can do many things with my vocals, which I hope makes me a kind of an interesting and entertaining singer. So that's my world.
Right.
I'm just happy to be there doing what I do.
Very good. Now, the new album, Crucible, is excellent, and I've been listening to it all week. What, in your own words, what would you say the fans could expect from this one?
Say again? Can you say again?
In your own words, what would you say that fans can expect from Crucible?
Oh well, it's obviously by the important statement of it being a sophomore release, a second release.
Right.
It's a very important statement that the band has to make off the back of Resurrection.
Right.
I think it's crucial that we show some depth and some growth and some development, and I think that's what Crucible is offering. At the guts, at the core of it, it's another great heavy metal record, but it's definitely got its own identifying flavour and styles and techniques from all the players. And for a second release, I just think it's a great follow-up.
Yes, it's excellent, and you really put a lot of hard work into this one. I read that you put 12-hour days, 7 days a week into the recording of this.
Yeah, I mean it's a labour of love, really. I mean, you just pour your heart and soul into each moment, and that's what everybody in this band set out to accomplish. You know, we didn't take any shortcuts. We didn't have any kind of formulated cop-out cookie cutter moments that seems to be rampant in a lot of the music scene today. We just worked extremely hard to make great music happen in the studio.
Cool. Now, the first single scheduled for release is "Betrayal." Now, tell me a little bit about that song. What's like the whole scheme of it?
Well, each of these songs is carrying a statement within itself, and whereas Resurrection, from a lyrical point of view, was me talking about my own internal things, all the stuff on Crucible is what I'm reflecting on in the world around me as we speak. And God knows the world's in a pretty brutal state today. Apart from the wonderful things that happen, there's some real crisis going on. Betrayal really is about facing consequences and choices that you make in your life.
Right.
You know, you have to live by the things that you do and say and where you go. And I think the essence of what I'm discussing is that it's very easy to kind of betray yourself. You know, will you land in heaven? Will you land in hell? You know, all the things you see, all the things that you're going for. Did you do the best you could do out of it? And it's just it's a reality check, really. But I just love what the song does. It's got a lot of tradition, that track.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of identifying moments that that it's straight out, the Halford world.
Right.
It's just one. That's just one moment. Every track on this record is pretty much standing separate from the next one, and yet collectively, it's really cohesive.
That's why it works.
The flows through.
Yeah, and the title Crucible works perfectly with the way the album is.
Yeah.
It's like a metal melting pot.
That's right. Well, that's what it means to me. You know, I love the kind of metal angle to the title, because that's what a crucible is. It's where you actually physically create this living, breathing molten metal thing out of the metal foundries around the world, and especially from my hometown in England. But also it means the other perception of crucible is it's a test. You know, it's looking at life in all of its challenges and all of its all of its pain and pleasure, and so it's a double meaning kind of expression, and that's what I liked about it. It says more than one thing in the title.
Right, yeah, that's cool. It gets pretty deep. Now, also on Betrayal and like handling the bullets, you really belt out the falsetto excellent in this. Now, your voice after all these years is still on point and still excellent, outstanding. How do you keep your vocal cords in shape and things like that?
I don't know what it is. I don't know how I don't really question it too much, because I don't want to jinx myself.
Right.
But I'm just able to do all of the great things and techniques and styles and approaches with the voice that I've always been able to do. Obviously, as you live longer in life, certain physical characteristics change, and there are some things I can't do as well as I used to be able to do. I wish it was a guitar so I could change the strings, but I can't, you know.
Oh, right.
But I just I'm just lucky that, for the bulk of it is still strong and powerful, and enables me to show it off in many different ways from release to release.
All right. Now, you did the track "She" on there, which is really like an emotional ballad.
Like that song?
Yeah, like
what
that.
Does it make you think of?
Makes me think of like a mother figure.
There you go. That's exactly what it is.
Ah, really?
Yeah, I wrote it for my mom, and I'm just so thrilled that it made it as a bonus track, because everybody'd warm into that song. They love it to death.
Yeah, that song is great.
It's just a reaffirmation of what mothers are and what they do, and the fact that they bring us into the world, and it's just a love song for mothers, and And I think everybody that's got a mom can relate to it.
Yeah, especially with Mother's Day is like in a couple of days. It's a perfect.
It is, isn't it? That's so cool. Yeah, I never thought about that. Mother's Day is different in the US than it is to the UK.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I would love to see it be part of that annual birthday that we have. It's just a wonderful song, and I think in time it's going to get a lot of attention. But
Yeah,
now it just went out as a bonus track, and I'm just pleased to see it as it is that it's been released and not kept as a B-side or something.
Right. Yeah, it's very nice song. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah.
Now, lyrically speaking, when you write, what is your greatest source of inspiration?
Well, it depends on the place that I'm at. I mean, as I said earlier, Resurrection was a lot of personal expose about what makes me tick inside and so forth. And a good lyric can come from many different sources. I mean, there are no real set rules, but I think what I try and do as a writer, as a lyricist, is at least make sure that somehow it does all connect and it's not too fractured and broken up.
Right.
Metal, you can do an enormous amount of um, of variety in your work. I mean, you can take very kind of real, vital um, issues, and you can kind of embellish them in a metal way and still convey a strong message.
Right.
Which is just what I love to do with this form of music. There's very few forms of music that you can kind of wrap up these words and these really important worldwide issues and kind of get away with it without it sounding too deep and somber and depressing.
Right. Yeah. Right. Excellent. Now, what would you say is the through the years is the greatest misconception that the public has about you?
Well, I don't really think they have one now. I've just about laid it all out as much as I can. I mean, I dare say that it's still a surprise to a lot of people when they actually meet me after experiencing just the stuff that I do on record and on the stages around the world. I'm by no means that same person off stage. I'm just a very kind of laid back, quiet individual, and that's just the way I've always been. I just let loose on stage because that's what metal does to me.
Right.
But besides that, I mean, I've just about said it all. I mean, I think everybody knows everything there is to know about me.
Right. Cool. Now, have you seen the Osbournes show on MTV yet, by any chance?
Oh God, I'm addicted to the Osbournes.
It's
just the funniest thing, and you can never wish to. It's just a joy to watch. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I love it to death.
Now, if you were ever approached by a network, would you consider doing a show like that and let cameras?
No, by Aussie standards, my life is very boring. Yeah, I'm not the least bit dysfunctional. Although some people would argue against that. I live a very quiet, simple life down in San Diego.
Right.
And however, I dare say if I was married and had kids, it would be a different story altogether. But I just love that show. I just think it's so funny and entertaining.
Yeah, right.
And the irony is that Ozzy's the funniest member of his family.
Right.
Dad trying to hold it all together, and he's got this crazy wife and crazy kids, and he's just there with his head in his hands, and he's like, give me strength to get through another day. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great show. It's a great concept. The whole thing, it's so real. And also, is there any chance ever of a Judas Priest reunion? Something?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've said a bazillion times, I can't speak for the band because I'm not in the band anymore.
Right.
But just from personal love of what I was a part of and the way it makes me feel still, and all the great CDs that I've got that I listen to. If ever there was an opportunity to go and jam out a couple of tunes again, I'd welcome it.
Right.
Beyond that, it's out of my control.
Do you keep in touch with any of the old guys?
Yeah, I do actually. I keep in touch with Ian and Ken more than anybody else.
Oh, good.
Me and Glenn still have some catching up to do, but I mean, Ken and Ian we're just very close.
Right, that's cool. Now you're getting ready to hit the road in support of Crucible and at the huge Sweden Rock Festival coming up. Do you still get excited about getting on the road and touring and doing all that?
Well, I mean, to me, it's all about the moment of getting on stage and letting it rip. I mean,
yeah, right.
The rest of it is something of a chore, to be quite frank. I mean, after you've been around the world a few times, the world becomes a smaller place, and you just wish you could get to Tokyo faster than 15 fucking hours of the plane.
Right.
But when you get there and you're in that environment and you're getting ready to jam, it's the best feeling in the world. So yeah, I mean, I just get totally buzzed and stoked before I go out and play anywhere in the world. It's just still a big thrill.
Oh, cool. It's just the downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Really.
But that's cool. Do you have any rituals before you go on stage? Anything? Any superstition?
Not really. I mean, the only way I kind of make sure the voice is working is I kind of a cappella the first track. Just go into the back of the bus or just find a room where I can just wail and just check out the chords before I go and play the first song. But besides that, my real ritual is getting dressed.
Right.
Basketball player getting ready to do to play a game, or a footballer putting his uniform on. I love to dress up, and but I only feel like the metal god when I look at myself in the mirror and I'm carrying about 50 pounds of leather and studs and whips and chains.
Yeah. That's the Halford we all know and love, man.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah, man. So, man, I've been banging my head to your music for years and years. It's really been an honor and a privilege talking to you today.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, sir. And have a great flight and everything, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on tour.
Yeah, I mean, if ever we bump into each other on stage or off, just give me a holler and just have a drink and just, thanks for the chat.
Oh, great. I appreciate that.
All right.
Take care. Have a good flight.
See ya.
Bye.